record that right now. And so I will post this later on YouTube so you guys can share it with your friends, people who aren't able to watch it live. And I think we are ready to start. Ed, you know what to do. It's the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Woo, guys, let's just clap and like to give it up. My son Joe is over here. He's out of view, but he's clapping too. Everybody's clapping because we're here. We're having a good time. It's Friday. We made it through another week of the pandemic, as I used to say, but I guess now I have to call it an endemic, but whatever. We're here. It's Friday, and it's kind of like the end of the week celebration. So thank you so much for joining us. We have 5 people watching us live on Facebook. We have people, our guests here, all new guests tonight. So we're getting a lot of interesting stories to hear as we interview them and find out about their comedy. We're going to do a little improv tonight. We've got the quiz. Hailey Hackett's here. Maybe we can just talk about whatever's going on. She's in her world. And Kirk Broussard is also here, so we can talk with him as well. So it's going to be like a fun, all-around, exciting show. On the Tommy Feldman, how we always start off here with the news of the world. So let us get rolling with the news of the world right starting now. And by the way, guests, and that's Lonni and Esther and Ryan. You guys, if you see something you want to see something, say something, like they say with terrorism. If you have something you want to say about this news or story, say something. We will love to hear what you have to say. All right, first story of the night. McDonald's has announced this week that it is temporarily closing all 850 of its restaurants in Russia due to the war in Ukraine. Now, in response, Putin, who is furious about this, has said that he will go ahead and nationalize the hamburger chain. So he effectively wants to sever all links to McDonald's. He's even saying that school children can no longer sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Too bad, kids. Too bad. I personally am doing what I can to support support the Ukrainians. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start boycotting Putin, you guys. Putin. Nothing to do with Russia, but it sounds a lot like Putin. So I'm going to just go ahead and stop eating poutine. Not that I ever really ate poutine, but I'm not going to start now. Okay. Anybody here like poutine? I guess we don't have any.
I don't even know what that is, honestly.
Is that gravy?
Yeah, it's French. It's a Canadian specialty. French fries with cheese, curds, and gravy.
Yeah, so, it was good.
Yeah, I guess if I buy it was good. You had it, Ed?
Yeah. I had it today.
I had it today.
I did. I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I had poutine today.
Okay. Okay. Let's keep rolling here. Sony has unveiled a new gold-plated music player that comes with high-quality, lossless audio and a shocking $3,200 price tag. Now, for those of you woke people that are wondering about this, don't worry, you guys. They have changed the name. It is now the Sony Walk Person. The Sony Walk Person now.
Did you say $3,200?
I did.
Wow.
For a gold-plated Sony Walk Person to be political. No canceling. We don't want to be canceled at this point.
Right.
All right. More than 500 students participated in a massive walkout Monday at Winter Park High School in Orange County, Florida, in protest of the Don't Say Gay bill currently being considered by the state Senate. Now, I don't want to be too cynical here, but this could be a legitimate homegrown protest, or they got the idea from watching Euphoria. I don't know. Lonni has a teenager, right? You know what I'm talking about.
She's got Euphoria on all the time. I'm like, what's happening? Like, what are you watching right now? It sounds terrible. And I
don't know. I've never watched Euphoria. I'm just imagining they're getting all kinds of life lessons from it. Possibly.
Terrible ideas.
I don't know. Terrible ideas. I mean, protesting is not a bad idea, but I don't know. I felt like I had to make a joke. All right. Okay. Charles Entenmann. if you guys remember, Entenmann's, who helped propel his family's namesake bakery in New York into a national brand, died last week at the age of 92. Charles Entenmann. Now, I grew up eating Entenmann's back in New York, and maybe Ryan and Esther, maybe you guys still eat Entenmann's. Started on Long Island, I think, by the way. But anyway, so I have fond memories. I hope they pay tribute to this guy. I hope his obituary has some good words in it. I was thinking they should say Charles Entenmann. He had his cake, and then he ate it too. Hope that's not too that's not too morbid, but okay.
He wanted to be in charge of the whole production process, so he bought the farm.
Yeah, that's a good reason to get into the cake business or the donut business. Do you guys eat? You guys ate Entenmann's growing up? Anybody?
Yeah. They
Okay.
had it out. They had it on the West Coast.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they?
Coffee cake is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Last story of the night. You guys are a bit subdued, but maybe you can make a comment on this last one here. The maker of Stolichnaya Russian vodka announced a major rebrand Friday in direct response to its founder's vehement position against the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So to avoid being seen as fully a Russian product, but at least acknowledge, Russia in some way, Stoli will now be known as Trump vodka.
Stop.
How else can you acknowledge Russia without acknowledging Russia?
I heard it's the best vodka, the absolute best vodka ever.
The absolute best vodka.
Nothing greater than their vodka.
Oh, okay. That's how Trump would advertise it, wouldn't he?
Right.
It's
I
the
actually
best.
like Stoli, but I'm not sure how I feel about Trump.
And that's the Tommy Feldman news of the week. Give it up for me. Give it up for me and my son Joe's over there, and he's clapping too. So good stuff. And that was it. So let's just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling here, you guys. Now let's see. Now Hailey Hackett, you guys, is here. Now we normally would maybe do some sketch work with her, but some character work. But I did want to give Hailey a few moments here to chat with us about, I don't know, what's going on. Hailey, why don't you just check in with us?
Yeah, I'm coughing up the storm. I'm a national hero staying inside.
So word on the street is that you don't have long COVID, you don't have short COVID, you just have some mysterious COVID.
I have mysterious COVID.
Okay.
I have a second, when you think you have, well, maybe you don't, but okay. So Esther and Lonni, when you think you might have a little BV, maybe a UTI, so you have to start calling your sexual partners because you don't want to make a gyno appointment. That's where I'm at right now, where I'm like, okay, is this COVID or is this a cough? Do I have a low immune system? Do I not have enough B12 in my life?
Did you test or no?
No, yeah, I tested, but you know how it is because
You were negative.
Yes, but it takes some time. But so I'm just saying, because my partner is full blown positive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we're in a one bedroom. We're not going to quarantine from each other. So I might as well have it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not very entertaining. I should have known. I would have written jokes by this. I don't know. Our threesome plans are canceled.
Oh,
But yeah, that's honestly, we have a puppy now. That's the only.
That's good news.
Look at this guy. Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cute. He's cute. And he looks very calm and loving.
Yeah.
I have a bunny.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody's got a pen. I mean, I got a cat too. I think pandemic babies, right?
They are.
Gotta have one.
Gotta have one.
Gotta have one.
Yeah.
May I ask you, and you could not, if you don't know the answer, it's fine. But I mean, how did your boyfriend get it? Does he know for sure? How?
Okay, do you guys want to know what I think really happened? Honestly,
Right. Tell us.
Okay.
Of course.
I think that I genuinely had it first, and I think I know exactly where I got it. So Little Baby Comic had her first road gig, and it was a fill-in, right, for this guy. And I showed up, And let's just say it was all vaccine conversations.
Oh,
Let's just say the headliner was like, who's vaccinated here? Oh, your sperm is broken. And they were huggers. Every single one of them really wanted to bring it close. And I think that's how I got it, genuinely.
Got it.
Like where else, you know?
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't turn into anything serious. I'm sure it won't. I don't know about your boyfriend, but who knows how long, if he'll be your boyfriend, how long, and whatever. These things are.
wow, way to stay positive.
I don't know.
Tommy. Gosh, this
I don't know.
I hope you don't have long COVID. Also, like this boyfriend thing. I don't know how long it will last. I guess I hope he lives. Like, what is this?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I try to be funny and sometimes it backfires.
We're gonna have to have him on the show. He has to get our approval.
Should we bring him on the
We're
show?
not sure we like him.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, if you're willing to say that, maybe it was you, then that's fine. But if it was indeed him and he brought it back, then that's not cool. So
I mean, it's fine. Like
we're
triple vax. We're wearing masks and stuff. It's a little COVID. You know what I mean? It was just like we put our feet out into the world, and that's what happened.
Well, we appreciate you, Hailey, coming on the show, and you don't have to be in quarantine to be coming on the show. Just anytime you want, you're always welcome to check in. And
appreciate you. I'll be the character next time. I think I'm much funnier when I have a script. So I'm so sorry, guys.
It's all good. It was worth it to have. It's worth it to see you, and then of course your puppy, very cute. So bring him. He's welcome. He or she's welcome anytime on the show.
Yeah,
well, thanks, guys. Just give it up for Hailey and her cute puppy for just checking in with us. And let's move it along, you guys. Let's see here if I can find Lonni. Here we go, guys. Let's bring on a new comic to the scene. Lonni Terranova, you guys, bring it up. Give it up for Lonni Terranova. Now, Lonni, you were introduced to us by Mark Neuer, a friend of the show. And he said that you were relatively new to comedy, but you are a Bay Area comic, and we love Bay Area comics because a lot of us are from there. And so I don't know much about your story, but I was hoping you could tell us, like starting with like how long are you in comedy and what got you into it in the first place?
Well, thank you for having me on, Tommy. I appreciate it. Mark Neuer. I met Mark Neuer, and I've been doing comedy probably about 9 months now. And I've wanted to do stand-up since high school. And I had a girlfriend of mine that used to take me to open mics back in the 90s, which was really like, spoken word. People did everything. It wasn't just an open mic. Mm-hmm. I'm 47, so I'm older. Like sometimes there wasn't even a microphone, Mm-hmm. And I wanted, and so I used to read her poetry, and I've always been I've always enjoyed making people laugh. I don't want to sound funny because some people might not think I am, but I really enjoy making people laugh. So last year I've been a hairdresser, and last year I had a AAA, which is an aortic arterial aneurysm. Oh. And so basically my artery blew up. Same thing that I think it was John Ritter, but his happened in his heart, right? Mm-hmm. So, but mine happened in my stomach. And so most people don't survive that. I had 3 weeks of bed rest. I had an artery embolized in 2 places, and I had 3 weeks of bed rest and a lot of time to think about how I wanted to spend my time living. And I just decided to do what I've always wanted to do, and that's make people laugh all the time.
Excellent. Well, that's a good reason as any I've heard to get into comedy. Yeah. Where have you been like so far? So I know you said you were based in the Peninsula area, but where do you like to go for open mics? Where do you like to go for shows, things like that?
Well, I'll go anywhere for an open mic. Locally, I like to go to San Francisco for open mics, San Mateo, which is closer to me. Mm-hmm. For open mics, I generally tend to want to be kind of near my house, so it's not like too much of an endeavor. Mm-hmm. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom. Mm-hmm. I'm also a hairdresser. I said that before. I've had this like crazy life also that it kind of makes me want to, kind of to joke about it, easy detention, and helps me digest the trauma a little easier,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to do San Francisco. Francisco. I've done shows up to Sacramento. I'd love to go down to San Diego. I have a lot of friends down there that I think would enjoy seeing me. But yeah, locally, everywhere around San Francisco in the Bay Area. I've done shows in San Jose. Open mics that I like to do. One is at the Swinging Door. It's great.
Iman.
Yeah.
Iman is more.
Yes,
Yeah.
Iman's great. He's funny. Like at first I didn't get him. At first I was so offended by him. I'm like, but he's really cool. He's grown on me a lot. Yeah, I've done the Alvin Duke show up in Sacramento, which he's just a really fun guy. Yeah, I've been all over. I did Cobb's for the first time a couple weeks ago. And I look forward to hopefully doing that again too. I love that stage.
I forgot to ask you about this at the beginning of the show before we came on, but I did find on your Facebook page a short video, like 54 seconds, where you're doing stand-up. Do you want me to play that? Because usually we like to show a little bit of a sample.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it all right?
I don't know which one it is.
I'll show it to you, and you have the right of first refusal, so don't worry.
No, go for it.
Let's see here if I can find it here. This one.
Oh yeah.
Is that all right to play?
Yeah, sure.
And can you set this up for us? I see I see like palm fronds in the back here.
This is a show. This was a show I did for Shannon Battle, and I can't remember the name of the venue, and it's terrible. It should be on there. Up near Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
And I feel terrible. I could look it up on my phone, but
it's all right.
It says Powerhouse on
Powerhouse. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, Powerhouse. Thank you.
All right. So this is Lonni Terranova at Powerhouse. Let's play this.
And I call them my cock blockers. My 18-year-old just graduated to little bitch. And she's so excited because she knows I only talk to adults like that. And my boyfriend. She called my last boyfriend the maid, and I was like, why are you fucking things up right now? All of your clothes are folded on your bed every day. Who cares if he's not working? He's my house bitch, yes. And they're hard to find, though. You got to get them right when they get released from jail. So I like to make my kids laugh. And one of my favorite, and they don't think I'm funny.
They don't think you're funny, huh?
No. I think
I'm
and
sorry. So that's always a problem for me too, is that, you want to try your comedy out on your kids, but they don't want to help you. They don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, no, I prefer to just embarrass my kids publicly and, just do it that way. They don't think I'm funny. They think I'm annoying. Although my daughter actually now is, she's going to be 19 this month. And she's a lot more of like my road dog now, she does think I'm funny. She really gets my humor. My son is just embarrassed by it, but I don't try to show it to him. I don't like expose him to it. He's 14. And I do one bit that, it's just, it works every time. And that's how I walk into my son's room. So if anybody can catch that joke, it's a good one for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe, that's always there's like a evolution, once they kind of resign themselves to mom doing comedy, probably then eventually they're like, all right, and then they'll start to help you and give you I get joke ideas from my kids all the time. Right. So maybe they'll start to give you joke premises too.
Oh, they do definitely. I just struggle with the fact of, how much I'm actually, traumatizing them. I think because what's a joke to me is, could be very traumatic and traumatizing to them. These kids have been through like 2 years of hell, so probably there's nothing worse that you could do to them. Right. And then I compare it to my childhood, which you should never project, right? Yeah. Because, it's totally different. I'm like, well, they're not going through what I went through, so they should be fine. Yeah. Lonni, I always like to give comics a chance to promote themselves and to sort of tell us like what they've got coming up and what their goal. So, they're looking to the future. Short-term, long-term, is there stuff that you want to promote or talk to us about, or things you want to do, projects, things like that? Well, I have a show once a month in Pacifica at the Longboard Margarita Bar that I host with Jamar Pitts. Our next show is March 20th, and it's from 6 to 8:30 p.m. So it's about a 2.5-hour show. We have 4 featured comedians. That's a 15-minute set, and then we have special guests. It's a great show. We like to keep it diverse. And that's always on my, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Lonni Terranova on Facebook, or on Instagram. I believe it's Lonni Fiona Terranova on Instagram. And then I have shows coming up. I post all my shows on my feed all the time. So if you follow me, then you'll know where to see me.
Well, we'll put your you don't have a YouTube channel yet,
I don't. I'm working on that.
We'll put your Instagram. I'll look for your Instagram. I'll put that in our group page so people that want to find you can follow you.
Sure. Awesome. Thank you.
So don't go anywhere, Lonni. You're part of the quiz later on. But guys, give it up for Lonni Terranova for.
Thanks for having me.
And best of luck with your comedy career.
Thank you.
I hope you do well. I'm sure you will. All right, you guys. So earlier I had mentioned that we do a little bit of improv on this show, and I think we're going to do that tonight. Ed, what do you think?
Yeah.
All right. So let's, guys.
Right.
Ed Ruben, our comedy, our improv comedy chairperson, is going to walk us through what's going to happen.
All right. So if you've done improv, they say never ask anybody any questions, but we completely break that rule, and instead we're playing questions only. So the idea is you have a conversation with the other person, but everything you say has to be in the form of a question. And so we'll pair people up, whoever wants to play the game, and then one of them or can choose which of the 3 buttons Tommy presses, and it'll give a suggestion. And just whatever the first thing that comes to mind is, just start asking a question and waiting for and then replying and going back and forth. And then if somebody asks something that's not in the form of a question, and we tend to be pretty soft about this, Tommy will ring the magic bell that says that game is over. So
that's right. That's the bell.
Yeah. So anybody who would like to play? I can't actually see anybody else, so you'll have to.
I'll play.
Okay. Esther's gonna play. All right. And do you want to, Ed? Why don't you do that with Esther so that we can get
all right.
everyone else can see the. All right. So.
All right, Esther, which of the 3 buttons should Tommy press?
Location.
Artist studio. You are at an artist studio, Esther, and everything you say has to be a question.
Did you have to make it look that actual size?
Can I have a pottery wheel?
Why did you do this in that form, though?
Why are you asking me that?
Why do you think I'm asking?
Why are you so sad?
Aren't you worried that my friends are going to see this?
Why do you care what your friends think?
Shouldn't I care what they think?
Why should you care what they think?
Why don't you care what my friends think?
Why should I care what your friends think?
All right. I'll call it there. That's an example of where there's no winner. Everyone, both of them are very good at this. So good job, you guys. That's very good for a first time out.
Thanks. That was really fun.
All right, let's get 2 more people going.
All right, who else wants to play?
Ryan's gonna
I'll
try.
do it.
All right,
And
Lonni, you gonna try? All right,
Ryan and Lonni,
perfect. We always like to, let's see here. Ryan's up, and where's Lonni? There we go. Let's add Lonni.
All right.
So let me go to the generator, and Lonni, Ryan, you guys want to do? How about doing a relationship? Does that sound okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
You guys are in a relationship called Cook and Sous Chef.
How am I doing on my first day?
Well, if you cooked more, it'd be great.
Has to be a question, Lonni. Has to be a question.
Oh, it has to be a question. Oh, have you cooked before?
Is that a requirement?
Well, if you want this job, do you want this job as my boyfriend and sous chef?
I have to be a boyfriend and a chef?
And a sexual partner. Do you cook in the bedroom?
What kind of restaurant is this?
This is a fetish restaurant. Do you like it?
I can't tell if I'm scared or if I.
All right, it's okay. Sorry. No, but boy, it got interesting real quick. That was great, you guys. All right, we have time for one more, right, Ed?
Yep. Hailey, did you want to do one?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And Kirk,
All right.
did you want to do one?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. So Kirk and Hailey.
All right, let's go back to the generator. We haven't done a wait, did we do? We haven't done just a word yet. You want to try just a regular word?
Sure.
All right, and that word is goats.
Jeez.
Did you have to let the goats in the house again?
What else am I supposed to do? You were watching our 4 kids.
I mean, you couldn't bring them to goat care or something like that?
Why would I do that? I'm the one who has to pay for goat care.
Maybe you shouldn't have had so many kids with me.
Not a question, Hailey.
Oh, damn it.
Keep going though. Keep going.
How are we supposed to afford the greater things in life, like goat care?
Why did you tell me that you picked up extra hours at the farm if it wasn't to help support our family?
Why did you tell me you were a billionaire when we met?
Why else would I have been able to make that first connection online?
I mean, why are you dating on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'll call it.
Great job, you guys. Give it up for Hailey and Chris
Yeah.
and Lonni and Ryan and Esther and everybody that tried to do the. And by the way, we have a comment that came in just now, momentarily ago. Kavita Singh, who was on recently, Hailey was going back to your living with your boyfriend. Yo, couples are the worst. One gets COVID and then the other takes care of them and they super spread. Shame on y'all. That's actually that. Okay, hey, we have to read these things out loud. It's part of the show. We have to do it. Okay, moving along here. We've got Ryan Patrick here. Let me bring up Ryan here. Spotlight Ryan, spotlight myself.
Yay.
All right, guys, give it up for Ryan Patrick for making it on the show. Now,
Thanks for
Ryan.
having me.
Well, now, Ryan, my perception is that you're quite a busy guy because we did talk once before and you weren't able to come on that last time. I took that to mean that Friday nights you're working, you're doing comedy, you're maybe possibly a working comic or maybe you're getting paid now, or I'm not sure where you are, but I feel like you're working pretty hard at comedy because I've also seen you do the street comedy as well. So
Oh yeah.
you're going to have to unpack all of that for us, Ryan. Why don't you start by introducing yourself, especially how you got into comedy and what you've been up to with your comedy.
Yeah. So I'm Ryan Patrick. I live in North Jersey. I feel like growing up, I've always, like every other comedian, always loved comedy. Always remember watching like the premium blends, the 30-minute specials and stuff, and they were awesome. And then finally I went to college and I remember I entered into our stand-up comedy competition and I did it in front of a 7-minute set in front of 160 people. And I was a freshman and I bombed so hard, like silence. And I was a freshman. I say that because my friends reminded me throughout the entire rest of my college career. So for 4 years, they would not let me forget. Then I went home after school and I tried stand up. The scene by me, it was tough to make friends in the scene. It was just very, I don't know. It wasn't as accommodating as some of the other scenes that I've heard. So I did improv, and I did improv for
Okay.
about 4.5 years, and then I moved to North Jersey, joined another improv team, and the woman that owns the theater, she's like, try just hosting a stand-up night.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, like I got to do it now. And that was about almost maybe 4 years ago. So I've been doing stand-up kind of ever since. And once I got into stand-up, I kind of put improv on the back burner. Just because with stand-up, I mean, you guys know it's so much easier to schedule in your lives and kind of work around, where improv, it's more like band practice. Everybody has to be there. Everything's got to coordinate. But yeah, not to say, improv is great because it plays so much in stand-up when you do crowd work and stuff. So yeah, I mean, now I'm not like I'm definitely not full-time comic, but I've started doing more fundraisers, which is really fun. Really fun crowds. I'm right outside of the city, so New York City. So I am slowly trying to get back into this city. The North Jersey scene is really good too. There's a lot of really good comedians that run a lot of really great shows. So yeah, I definitely try to keep myself busy and try to just keep working.
Okay. Now, you said it's not full time, but it sounds like you are, like most weekends you're getting shows and you're I want to say maybe featuring, headlining. Where are you at right now? Because
I'm not at headlining.
Not yet.
No, yeah, no, definitely gonna take some time before that.
Okay.
But no, I've hosted a good amount. I featured a couple times. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, comedy is one of those things where some days you're just like, this is my calling. I love it. And then there are times like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I should go back to school or something.
Now, Ryan, I saw, like, at one point I saw that during the pandemic, you were doing like street comedy where you would just I feel like I saw you somewhere in Manhattan in random street corner with a microphone and a speaker, and you were just telling jokes, which I mean, no, but to give you credit, that takes a lot of guts. And also, but I feel like that's a really good way to build your comedy chops, and also maybe get some traction with promoters and things like that. How did you start doing that, and then what came of it?
Yeah, so the whole project actually stemmed from during the pandemic, from Zoom comedy. I was doing a lot of Zoom, way more Zoom at the time, and one of the guys I know up here, I met another like producer, videographer through Zoom, and the comedian that I know and the producer, they ended up talking, and they fleshed out this idea of, it's called New Joke City. And the basis is pretty much they find a pretty established comedian, or one that's kind of on the up and up. We do an interview with them, and then we do a set in public, which is bizarre. I was lucky enough, they asked if I wanted to host, and it would seem like such a cool opportunity. So so we spent the summer interviewing, I think we did about 10 comics. And then the videographer, his name's DC in the City. His mind is, the way he thinks of stuff is crazy, but he ended up getting a car battery and somehow attached, like a mini, not a car battery, maybe a mini mobile battery, attached it to an amp and attach it to a mic. So we were able to kind of do sets anywhere we wanted to. And he's got top-notch video equipment, so we were able to have these great interviews, and then we would go into the city and do a live set. So it'd be anywhere from like 8 to 10 minutes. And I know it sounds like completely ignorant or arrogant that we would just be doing these sets in public. But I don't know if you guys have been to any of the parks in New York City. We were probably the most reserved performance in every park that we went to. It was bizarre. Like, you think you're just going up and you're just talking to these people, and you're tried and true, like, material that you really trust is going to hit. And it completely backfires, and you have people coming up to like try to get on the microphone,
Right.
and it's just a completely different experience, but it's cool. It was such a great time. You meet so many people, and we got so much footage that that DC in the city, he's pretty much editing everything. And we're going to be releasing that on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's got what the result is. Okay, I would definitely want to see that. No, the one clip I saw of you looked like you were just having a lot of fun, and there were people listening to you, and so it sounds like it was good.
That was a clip of people listening to me. The 99% of the footage
is not people listening.
People not listening.
Okay.
To me, or telling me to shut up. Or...
Okay. Now,
So-
you also sent in a clip of your comedy, and I would like to play that so everyone get a sense of Brian's comedy style. So let me. You want to set this up for us, Ryan?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So that was
Where's
just a
this?
show I did in December. It was one of my buddy's birthday show. His name's Mr. Direct, and he was nice enough to have me on. So yeah, this was a little mini featuring set.
All right, Comedy Cove. Let's play a couple minutes from this. Here we go.
Yeah, and we do have a baby. We have, how old is he? He's a little under 2 months, 2 years, 2 months, 2 years. You know, we got a kid, whatever. Not even drinking, which is even worse. Oh, fucked up. No, I'm dead sober right now. Yeah, it's great, but I took the classes. Nobody warns you about what a kid's like. Like right when you have a kid, you know, they're just a human paperweight. You just set it down and you're good, right? Yeah, and now he can walk, he can run, he can ignore. Everything he does now, it's like he's auditioning for the show Jackass. It is insane. Like I'll take him to his music class, and the moms there, they'll be like, oh yeah, my daughter just took her first steps. What about your son, Ryan? I'm like, my son just learned how to headbutt the refrigerator. Oh, yeah, my daughter yesterday, she had her first piece of avocado. What about your son, Ryan? Like, oh, my son yesterday tasted electricity. He's progressing well. They're psychos. My kid's doing trust falls with nobody else around. Like, who does that? Who does that? He's like a Red Bull athlete, just like ready to go at all times. Makes no sense at all. 0 sense. And now people ask us like 2 questions, all right? The first question is, they're like, all right, so when are you guys going to have another? When's the next one coming? And it's so annoying. So to get them to stop, I just say something extremely awkward. I'm like, oh, well, we're going to have another when we're done doing butt stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Give me a pound. Come on. I did it. And then I go, hopefully we're done doing butt stuff soon because I am taking a pounding. Yeah.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Very nice. Well done.
I hate watching footage of myself.
But you know, I mean, as Lonni and I were talking about before, I mean, kids really are a great source of comedy content.
Yeah.
So you can milk that for. He's only your baby's only what, 2? You said now, or
Yeah.
So you got a lot of time to
yeah.
a lot of material there. A lot of material. Now tell us what's going on, what's on tap going forward. You mentioned the street thing is going to come out on YouTube, but like what other big shows or any other projects you're working on, comic content wise?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, New Joke City will be out on YouTube soon.
Okay.
Once we kind of get everything edited and buttoned up. And then just going forward, just more shows. I think I think one of the goals this year, honestly, is to get a good tape and to submit to a bunch of festivals.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of keeping on working. I feel like the one thing that comics are getting really, really good at, which I need to get up to speed with, is social media presence.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy how much bookers and producers look at your followers or your viewers and everything, and that kind of determines whether or not they want you on the show. It doesn't even matter about the content of your.
I have noticed that, especially in the Bay Area, a lot of comics now they will say, they'll say, Bay Area comedian or wherever they're from, and they'll say TikTok flower. If they've got a lot of them, they'll say 80,000 followers on TikTok, or so yeah, I mean, as we talked about earlier, I don't know, my generation, maybe we're not going to be able to catch up on social media, but you certainly have plenty of time to build that following. So
it's hard, but
hope you do. Hey Ryan, thanks for coming on. Don't go anywhere, guys. Give it up for Ryan Patrick.
Oh, thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
All right, and we'll be Ryan. You're part of the quiz, so stay put. And let's bring up another New Jersey comedian and another comedian who is from New Jersey, but doesn't really have an accent. Let me find, where did she go? Esther, I'm trying to find you.
Now I've been starting the video.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So what's up with the New Jersey, Ryan? And now you guys, neither of you have like this, have what I think of as a New Jersey accent, but
I have only lived in New Jersey for a year. And I was born in London, and I grew up in Manhattan and Long Island. So sometimes my Long Island accent comes out, but I try to, Long Island's one of those places where you deny being from there, I think. Because I'm one of the lucky ones that made it out, I think.
Well,
because most people don't leave there until they're 65 and they move to Florida.
Well, at least you said you did properly say Florida, as people in New York tend to say. But Esther, I would like to introduce you a little bit. What I know of you is, I know you're in New Jersey. I remember from your comedy, you talked a little bit about University of Pennsylvania. I'm not sure whether that's relevant or not, but we can talk about that. But anyway, Esther, tell us about you. Tell us what got you into comedy and your comedy story, please.
That's a really good question. I got into it, I would say, by accident. Like, I was dating a guy, and then he took this comedy class, I think, that was at the Cellar, the Comedy Cellar. And then he got an email that's like, if you perform, we'll send you a DVD, and you get up in front of agents and in front of bookers and producers. And of course, the gullible person that I am, like, I was sold on it, and he had been doing comedy, but I guess he was terrible at it. But he's like, no, you should do it. You would be good at it. And so I just kind of believed him, and I was like, all right, maybe I can try it, I guess. And like, at the time, Jeff Bezos's current girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez, I was friends with her brother, and he was like in show business. He was kind of like a talent manager, and he got people onto reality shows, and he thought I had charisma and that I had something. So I was like, well, he's in the business, so he must know something. So I guess I'll just give this a shot. And then I started out, and it went terribly. And I think I performed at this show, and Jerry Seinfeld came on first. So of course it's a lot of like pressure, because of course you'll stink compared to Jerry Seinfeld. And it went terribly, and it went so badly that I think I hit on one of the audience members to kind of get it to go better. And then afterwards, I didn't even get his number. So after that, I was like, maybe this isn't such a great thing. Maybe it's not my thing. And then I stopped for maybe like a couple of years. I didn't really perform at all. And then like my therapist urged me to do comedy. He's like, well, if you like comedy, why don't you do it? So then I got back into it. So it wasn't like other people's stories where they're like, we always wanted to do comedy since I was born. It really was like kind of an accident.
So your total time in comedy is actually kind of long. You had some gaps in there, but you've been. I
think when I first had my first disaster, that was 2014. And then in 2015, I think almost a year later, I tried again. And then it wasn't until 2018 that I was like, okay, I'm going to really give this a consistent try.
Right. Now, now you stick to the New Jersey area? Or are you doing stuff in Manhattan too? Or I
will go anywhere someone will have me.
Sure.
Maybe not Russia, I guess. I guess if somebody says they want me to perform, I'll try to get there.
Now, Esther, you sent in a clip as well, and so I thought I would play that. Let me see if I could find it here. So, Esther, where is this exactly?
This is in East Meadow, New York. It's like
Okay.
kind of a dive, not a dive bar, just a regular neighborhood Cheers type of place. And my friend put on this show, and
Okay.
she
East
asked
Meadow,
me
is
to
that
do
in Long Island?
That's in Long Island.
It's Long Island, right? Yeah. Okay, I think I recognize the name. So let's play a couple minutes of this.
Yeah.
Let's see if I could just.
Where can I go apple picking that's close to the city? And I said, ShopRite. It takes so long to find a parking spot, it'll feel like you went out east. Oh, yeah. And, apple picking's a weird concept to me because you have to pay to do work. And it's like when I go to pump gas and I'm not in New Jersey, I don't have to pay. Oh wait, I do. You want to go to an expensive place? Go to a gas station.
And now that's more true.
It's kind of like apple picking is like, I don't know, if you hire a prostitute to have sex with you, you've still got to do work. And I don't know, if you have sex with a prostitute and you don't orgasm, do we get a refund? And apple picking is the same. It's like, if these apples rot before I get home, can I get a refund? And, speaking of, prostitutes, right? I'm a tennis coach, and I led a tour of kids in Europe, and this one boy, he was so moody all the time. And I didn't know why. And he's like, well, because none of the girls on the tour want to fuck me.
Oops. Sorry. Hold on a second here.
No worries.
Dude.
Yeah.
So I just fucked him. All right. Obviously I didn't, because I'd be in jail right now. But as a woman, I've got to clarify that I'm not fucking 17-year-olds. But my uncle, everyone just applauds him when he fucks all his students. They're like,
Okay.
This is fun.
Interesting combination of premises there. The apple picking with the, I don't know how. I've never seen that woven together like that. But
The creative process.
The creative process. And so that was. Now, do you do other venues more? I don't know. Have you done more in the Manhattan or some of those clubs?
Yeah,
Cellar or the. What is it?
I
Rising Star.
have not performed at the Cellar, but I'm waiting for the call.
Okay. Waiting.
No, I've done some Manhattan venues, Brooklyn, some Jersey venues. I'll honestly go wherever I can get on, but the main people I perform for are CVS cashiers and Starbucks baristas are my main audience.
Now you had mentioned when we were on that Zoom that one time, you had said I had a joke about going to Cornell, and then you said, well, I wanted to go to University of Pennsylvania, but something happened. I was really good in school, but then I thought I saw on your Facebook that you did go to the University.
I put that there. You noticed.
Yeah.
No,
So which
I
is
put
it?
that there as an experiment. I did not go to the University of Pennsylvania, but Facebook's this big brag land. I feel where everyone's like,
Yeah.
I'm so great. Look at me. I made chicken today. Woo! Congratulate me. So it was a way to be screw all of you. And funny enough, though, almost nobody notices what I put down. Only a few people have ever noticed it. And here I thought I was getting this big bragging rights, and almost nobody has ever noticed it.
Now, you said you're also a tennis coach. Are you a former pro or something, or like a?
Yeah. So I played Division I tennis, and
Nice.
now I run my own tennis business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys would be impressed, but I guess, only like the top 100 players in the world would make a living. And otherwise, I guess you're traveling to like all these weird spots in the world and you're playing to win like $100. So I kind of decided that wasn't my life.
I am impressed. I'm impressed. And I don't know if you know this though, but tennis is under siege right now from pickleball.
I really am saddened by it because I think pickleball is a lame sport.
Yeah, of course you do.
Because you don't move that much. It's a tiny court. The wiffle ball is much easier to hit. The racket's much easier to hold. I mean, there's really not that much to it, but apparently everybody wants to play.
Yes.
There are these courts by where my mom lives, and they were tennis courts. And when they were tennis courts, nobody came there. And then they put pickleball lines in, and they brought pickleball nets there. And now everybody's there every weekend. It's packed. And it's just so hard to play tennis when you hear the sound of pickleball.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's, everything has a place.
It's good. It's in the end, it's probably a good thing. But Esther, I wanted to give you a chance to promote whatever if you have any shows coming up, or your Instagram, or anything you want to plug on the show tonight.
Sure. I'm in a show on March 20th at Broadway Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
And my Instagram is NY Trekker.
All right.
And that's about it. I do have a YouTube channel, but mostly people can just look at my Facebook page, ESME4, and sometimes I go live and talk about lots of fun topics.
All right. Well, thanks, Esther, for coming on the show. Guys, give it up for Esther. And we always you always come to my Wednesdays open mic. So that's appreciate it when you come. Always a pleasure to have you, and thanks for coming on tonight. Guys, give it up for Esther one more time if I haven't said that again. Now let's see. I had heard that the very famous Niko Lukoff. He is here. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Yay. I had heard that Niko was coming on, guys. He's here. Guys, give it up for Niko. Chairman and CEO, Displaced Comedians.
Thanks for having me hop on here with you. I don't have a lot of time. I'm on my way to a very difficult pickleball competition, and I think I'm going to make it pretty big. Even though Esther basically described my Facebook feed with pictures of chicken or whatever, like it's a big deal. Yes, that is exactly what I post about. So as Tommy mentioned, I started the group on Facebook, Displaced Comedians. Geez, almost 2 years ago now, I think. Is that 2 years? Yeah, almost 2 years. Yeah. It's crazy. That we've been doing Zoom. The purpose of that was to connect everybody, just to be able to like do Zooms together and know what's going on in different scenes. And now it's a group of people that are, a lot of them do Zooms and some don't even do that at all. And a lot of them are just talking about live stuff and be able to connect and give each other feedback and be mean to each other sometimes. Just but one real thing that's been great about it has been able to be networking. So like this last week for my day job, I was in Portland, Oregon. And because of being able to get on Zoom and do those kinds of things, I was able to meet with a bunch of comedians that I would not have, known previously. And then now they're doing they're out in the real world doing live comedy. And it was really fun. It's actually a really fun week. I think some of you guys probably know Chris Hudson. I know Tommy, you know him. So he's out. He's freaking hilarious. So he's out there performing, and he actually runs a live open mic the same night, and actually the same time you do your Zoom. And I got to do that. And that was just really fun. It was a cool way to connect, and he kind of helped me, point me in the right direction of mics and to do. And I ended up getting on a show, which was pretty fun. And tonight, so I'm not actually going to pickleball tournament. That was, believe it or not, that was a lie. I am going to the third. So last time, I think it was the first one, we're doing a comedy show at Twisted District Brewery in Boise. And it's gone great so far. The venue really likes comedy, love comedy. It kind of picked up a night that was a little slower for them. So Friday nights at 8:30 in Boise. And even though we're not charging a cover, I got it worked out with the owners to give me money to pay comics to be on the shows. So one fun thing too is that one of the comics that I met through Displaced Comedians and who's in the Tacoma scene is actually coming to do a guest set tonight. And then I got a bunch of other comics lined up, booked out through mid-July too. And each of those shows are at least, I mean, we've only done 2 so far, but it's been a packed room, about 75 people, every seat filled and people having a good time. And last time I was on here, I was talking about potentially doing a Zoom type of deal where maybe doing live sets and then have someone Zoom in. I really want to talk positively about this on this, but I need to discuss further with the owner. I don't know that that's going to happen in this venue. Yeah. But even if it doesn't, if I can't overcome whatever issues could potentially be with that, I've talked to a handful of comics that are very interested in doing this, and I'm getting comics that are like the headliners that are Zooming. You know, I mean, I'm going to get every range, but I mean, like, I want to start with guys, the folks too, not just guys, I say, and ladies too, who like are consistently headlining live shows. And I just want like a real high caliber of comedy who also knows how to utilize Zoom really well to be able to do that. So I'll talk about that more next time. Hopefully I have some good news about that at the spot that I'm doing now. If not, I think it's just a neat thing. And I don't know why it's not something people talk about doing all the time. I don't know. It doesn't, everything has challenges, but like the technology is there. Yeah. Like it's not rocket science. So
I got a call the other day. I got a call or an email, a text from Forrester. Hey, is it? Yeah, with his Alive thing. I guess that he's still trying to, you know, that's similarly, it's like a live, but maybe he wants to, am I thinking correctly? Does he want to combine live with Zoom?
I think so. I think live was, so have you ever done a show on that app before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's just on so at least to my knowledge, and I could be totally wrong. I'm gonna join him on that thing, the beta test thing he was gonna do on this thing. I think it's next week or a couple weeks. Right. So it's on the app itself. So you're just using your phone, you're talking into your phone like I'm doing right now. And so, but you do see little emojis that pop up. Different people can select different ones to have emojis. And when people laugh, it does actually show this image, like it tracks the laughter in some interesting way. So but you're still just looking at it on your phone. So I don't know if that's changing. I say I'm not 100% sure, but I know there's some component of like.
Niko, we're losing your audio.
Okay, how am I now?
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, so I don't know if he's wanting to bring comics live into somewhere else, or sending live broadcasts out to the app, or from the app in. I'm not really sure, but I want to learn more about that.
Well, in any case, I mean, you're right. The technology is there, and so keep us posted on that. And good luck with your live performances. It sounds like you're on a roll, Niko. So
yeah, I'm stoked.
Keep it rolling.
Thanks. Tonight I'm doing a feature set for my first time.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
I'm excited. It's a great headliner, and should be fun.
Guys, give it up for Niko for checking in with us. We always appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Niko is, he's privileged as the head of Displaced. He gets a lot of information about the industry, sort of the Zoom transitioning the regular comedy industry. So appreciate that. So now it's time for the quiz, you guys. You guys ready for this? Ryan and Lonni and Esther, we're going to do a little bit of quiz. This is just for us to have a little bit of fun.
I didn't study, so.
You didn't have no studying required. Don't worry. So the deal is this. I used to live in Japan a long time ago. And one of the things that impressed me about Japanese culture is their comedy. It was really funny. And what I really enjoyed, believe it or not, were their commercials. They had the best commercials and so funny. And when I started doing comedy a few years ago, I thought about a way to bring Japanese comedy into my comedy and didn't really have a good solution. But now with Zoom, I can do it. And what I do, and we turn it into a quiz. Basically, I'll show you a commercial. I'll stop the commercial halfway, and then you guys are going to try to guess what the commercial is advertising, what kind of product. Okay. Now, the guests go first. So Lonni and Ryan and Esther, you get dibs. And then if none of you guess it, then we'll go to the regulars or the Facebook audience. We don't have that many people watching it right now, but basically the guests go first. So let's go ahead and show you some commercials and see if you guys can figure out what these commercials are for. All right, so this first one is starting right after this. I don't know what this is. Teardrop character. Starting now.
Mochi.
Japan Airlines.
All right, we'll stop it there.
Pedicure.
Lonni, you say pedicures?
Yeah.
Okay, a beauty product of some kind, or pedicures.
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you think?
A hotel? I don't know.
You're getting a little bit warmer as far as hospitality goes, but it's not a hotel. Esther, what do you think?
Expedia.
That was a commercial I wanted to show you guys also, but then that had the Expedia logo right on it. So I thought, no, that wouldn't work. But you're right. You're getting in the right sector here. Travel, hospitality. See, Facebook audience, do you guys have a guess? Facebook audience, do you guys have a no? All right. Hailey, how about you?
The travel agency?
Getting warmer, but it's a bit more specific than just general travel. There's a certain
Oh, okay.
I want to give you guys a hint, but I'll let Ed go first and then I'll show you more.
Is it traveling to Hawaii?
Getting really warm, but not Hawaii. Let me play a little bit more, and then if you guys can figure it out, just shout it out. And if not, then I'll have to tell you what the answer is.
Destination Japan.
3時間半で楽ちんリゾート
I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
You know, it's right there on the thing. It's Guam.
There it is.
Oh my God, I should have known that.
Have you been to Guam?
I was stationed on Guam. I lived in Japan too.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have my coffee mug. I love Guam coffee mug. Damn it.
Well, yeah, it's Guam, you guys. I thought that would stump you, but you guys got Hawaii. Once Ed said Hawaii, and that's basically he was saying in the commercial, it's 3.5 hours from Tokyo, so it's their sort of quick getaway. It's a little bit farther than Okinawa, but you saw how it looks, and so yeah, Guam.
Nice.
Did you enjoy? I mean, I know you were there for work, Lonni, but you enjoyed
Guam did
being
not
there?
look like that when I was there.
Okay.
Okay, I was in a shipyard. I was on the USS Samuel Gompers, so it was way different. Yeah.
I could have sworn I have another friend that was on the Gompers at a different time than you. Wait.
I was there in 93. I was on that ship in 93, 94.
Okay, I think he was on it before that. Is it like a tender of some
It was a destroyer tender. It's been decommissioned since then, but it was the first to allow women to live on it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check with him if he was on the Gompers and when it was, but I'm pretty sure it was. That really sounds familiar. So
I'm just
completely making that up, but I'll check with him.
I'm amazed that there is a ship called the Samuel Gompers. He was like this big union boss in New York City back in like when the Democratic Party had a control of New York City. Okay, sorry.
Are you really surprised? Are you really surprised though, Tom?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe,
Come on.
I guess somebody influenced somebody to get in the ship.
I mean, when was the ship originally built?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys are doing great so far. Great guesses. I think the next one is right after this one, so let's just roll right into the next commercial, I believe. Oh, see what they did here? Instagram. So they took Instagram and they did Instagram. Isn't that cute? Okay. All right. Hashtag Instagram. Okay.
ご都合に合わせて宅急便の受け取り場所を
Okay, let's stop there. There's some clues on there, maybe. You guys can figure it out. Ryan, what do you think?
Pet boarding.
Pet boarding? No.
Grooming?
Not grooming, not pet boarding. Ryan, do you have a guess?
I was like a pet smart store, like a no.
I'll give you guys a clue. It's not an obvious like, oh, it's about pets. It's the cat represents something about this service that you want in the service. So I'll give you a hint. That's the hint. It's a service, not a cat.
Like a concierge that'll help find stuff for your pets.
You're getting warmer. It's not to help you find your pet. It's nothing to do with pets. But it is a concierge. It does some service for you that really helps you out. Facebook audience, do you guys have a guess? Ed's mom is on the show. Ed, Mrs. Ruben, if you have a guess. No? Okay. Go to Ed. How about you, Ed? What do you think?
I don't really know. Is it like a little mall or something like that, or a strip mall, or I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not real. It's definitely like a service to help you do something. Hailey, do you want to take a guess, or you want me to play a little bit more first?
Okay. This is kind of an out of the blue guess.
Yeah.
Is it a gas station?
No, it's not a gas station. It's not a product, it's a service.
Could you play it from the beginning again, Tommy?
Yeah, let's play the whole thing. And this time I'll just play the whole thing. And by the way, the reason why I'm playing this is because I have a black cat and he looks exactly like this. So I had to play it. Let's go play all the way through.
Go ご都合に合わせて宅急便の受け取り場所を選べます。あなたの暮らしに合わせたい黒猫メンバーズ。
I know that doesn't help you, but that's the name of the company. It's called Kuroneko, and they provide a service. Well, let's see if I can't get back that screen. Where did it go? Dang it. There it is. So I'll give you a hint. This says this is the drop-off center. You could also drop off at the convenience store, or you can go to the locker and you could do a drop off there. What could it be?
Amazon?
Money deposit.
Not money.
Cat litter.
Cat litter.
Dry cleaning?
Not dry cleaning. It's got to fit in that box.
Amazon packages.
Not Amazon, but I'll give it to you, Hailey.
Well, not Amazon, but packages.
It's just packages. It's just UPS. It's like a UPS. But you don't have to. It's like instead of taking it to the UPS store, they have these other options too. You could drop it off at a convenience store. You drop it off in a locker, and you don't have to deal with people. You just drop off your package. Okay, let's keep moving. Let me find the next one here. That wasn't really that funny, was it? Sorry about that. But the next one is definitely funny. So let's now you're gonna be entertained. Well, I was entertained. Let me see. So hopefully you'll be
entertain me.
Hopefully you will be entertained. Okay. This is a funny commercial. All right, here we go. Right after this, right after this mascara. Or whatever that is.
僕も外国人英語の発音はネイティブ私日本人気配り上手で子供好き二人で一つ
All right, let's stop there. I'm just laughing because it's funny. Okay. Lonni.
A dating site.
Interracial dating?
I don't know if it's interracial, but I mean,
Just
a guy
dating.
that likes to eat and a school teacher.
Okay. Esther, what about you?
She took my guess. I was gonna say a dating site, but maybe like a variant, like maybe an events group that they do like singles cruises or something.
Okay. Some form of dating. Ryan, it's not dating, but what could it be?
What about private school?
Can you be, well, hang on. Can you be a little bit more specific? What are they teaching at this private school?
They are.
What do Japanese people really want to learn above all else? They'll spend a lot of money doing it.
I know.
English.
He's got it.
Really?
Ryan gets the prize. It's English lessons, you guys. Let me play the rest of the commercial for you guys.
I thought it was going to be like a musical or something.
So what I thought was hilarious about there is the first part is they say, so on his shirt here, it says Gaikokujin means foreigner, but really it's American. And what he's saying is, I'm a foreigner but I speak native English. And look at him. He's got a beer belly and a hamburger.
I know.
And don't forget the red, white, and blue belt.
And the red, white, and blue belt.
Oh, hello.
So and the lumberjack what's this Paisley shirt, whatever.
Right.
So
He's
what
too
they
big for it to button.
so essentially this is the stereotype that Japanese have of Americans, is that we overeat, we love hamburgers, and we have no sense of fashion, and we're big.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some people are like that. But anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy that. Let's see. All right, we got one more here.
Else in that commercial that was funny to me, though. Can you play it a little bit more?
Sure.
I like the Death Star looking like an
yeah, that's it. The Death Star right there.
Yeah, really.
Okay. We got one more for you here. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we got some. We have a commercial with some ninjas in it, so I thought you guys would like that. Because hey, ninjas. Okay, last commercial starting right after this.
いらっしゃいま。あれ？部屋探してまして。駅地下で。ペット可で。服部様ですね。物件はこちら。
All right. What do you think, guys? What are these ninjas looking for? Let's see. Esther, how about you?
Car insurance.
Car insurance. Okay. Yeah, it is a service. It is a service, but it's not car insurance. Lonni.
A car rental?
A little bit warmer, but not a car. Not a car. Ryan.
What are they called? Like a travel agent?
It's you're in the right, like, sort of general service zone. You're not renting a car. You're going to stay where you are, but you need something. Facebook audience, if you got a guess? No. Okay. Hailey, your turn.
Wait, can I ask a clarifying question? You said they don't have to go anywhere. Like they are going to stay where they are, and they're looking for a service still.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not stay where they are literally. I don't mean like they're going to physically stay put in this office, but they're looking for something. Would you want me to play the rest of the commercial and play it all the way through? And then see if you have to take it.
Come back to me.
Okay. Ed, do you want to take a guess?
Well, if we're talking rentals, in honor, I'm going to get his name wrong, of Justin Carisi, I'm going to guess it's Sword Rental.
Sword Rental. Let's, Hailey, I'm going to go ahead and just play the rest.
Yeah.
And then you get through. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't really helpful, but let me give you. Well, here, hold on a second. Look at what they're holding up, though. So let's see here. This guy's holding up. These are the things that they want. They're asking for. So let's look at this. He's holding up this sign, showing like that's what he wants.
A castle?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no such thing. So you wouldn't rent a castle, but you would rent a
hotel room.
Not a hotel room. You would rent a house. It's apartment rental. House and apartment rental.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I would never
have guessed.
I would never.
Especially nowadays, people just use online, right? They don't even go to a physical like rental or apartment place, But back in the day, or still in Japan, you still buy a house or rent a house through agents, and you go to their office and stuff. So, okay, well, maybe these commercials were not as funny as I was hoping, but the one that showed the fat American with a hamburger, that was funny. At least.
That was awesome.
All right, you guys. Well, anyway, that was just for us anyway. That was our just hanging out, having fun. Before we wrap up here, Hailey, do you have something that you want to promote?
Sure. On
Shows
April
coming up.
2nd. Yeah. So April 2nd is the second iteration of Brain Scramble in downtown Los Angeles. If you're in the area, we have Jesus Trejo headlining. So it's a big show. So if you're out in the area, come.
Okay. Got that. Ed, how about you? What do you got coming up?
Let's see. Tuesday is the Off the Hook open mic at 8:00 in Campbell. And then I'm doing, well, I guess, I don't know if anybody from outside gets to go to this, but anyway, there's a show on the 18th at the Viking Motorcycle Club in Hayward.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. Well, that does it for the show. We will be back in 2 weeks. For those of you that are interested, 2 weeks. No guests lined up yet, but it should be a fun show. And Ryan and Hailey and Esther and Ed, thanks for everybody. Thanks to our guests, and I hope you guys had a good time. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Ed, you want to take us out? Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Have
everybody.
a great weekend.
That was fun.
This was a Tommy Feldman happy hour. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Hey, Tommy, thank
Good
you.
night. Thanks,
See you
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Night. Thank you.